Well, hello, I'm back again. It's been a long time since I've sat in front of the camera and got to make a video, but I know I've not made one since I moved in the new house. We did move in the later part of 2019. Decided we needed just a little bigger house. I moved 20 miles away or so, I guess, but it's good to be back. Just not really had any whole lot of motivation, to tell you the truth, about videos or anything, but everything's going good as far as I know. Sometimes you weave in that interest on music. I know I do. Still play all the time, but as far as making a video or anything, it's not really been up for it. But of course, most of you watching this already know about Tony Rice and him passing on Christmas. Just a horrible, horrible thing. I didn't know Tony personally. Met him a couple times, and he signed one of my guitars. I had a brand new D41. Not the one you saw in the first few videos I started remaking, but it was another one. He signed the back of the headstock. But anyway, and I didn't know him personally, but listened to a lot of his music, a whole lot of his music. I've had every record, and when I say record, I mean CD and cassette. I've had them all, and even if you played on somebody else's, I made sure I'd trace it down and drive as far as Tennessee, which is pretty good ways from here, I guess. Hour and a half, 2 hours. I'd even drive as far as Tennessee to find a record, CD. But I'm going to say this, and I know it's probably subjective what I'm going to say, or a pretty bold statement anyway, but I don't think nobody 38 years old, that's how old I am, 38. I don't think anybody 38 years old or younger has listened to as much Tony Rice as I have. I'd be willing to bet on it, but I don't know how it'd be possible to listen to him as much as I have. And that's who I've set my guitar pattern after. I can't play like Tony Rice. I do try to play like him, but I know I can't. There's a bound or a limit I can't pass, and he's at the top of the bar, and I'm somewhere down here still trying to climb up, but I'll never get there, and none of you will either. There's good guitar players like Brian Sutton, of course. Probably one of the best flat picking guitar players in his own right that there'll ever be, or Jake Workman or somebody like that. But they still don't get the sound and the tone out of a guitar like Tony Rice did. They can't do it. Even somebody at their level can't do it. And so I'm not trying to be a Tony Rice clone. I know I can't. It's just I like what I've heard for the last 25 years or more, I guess. And that's just something I want to try to achieve. I can't do it. I can't stress that enough, Some of you may see me play a lick or two and think I'm catching on pretty good, but I'm not. That's the truth of the matter. There's a great gulf, so to speak, between somebody like me and Tony Rice. So I'm not trying to compare myself, but I just want to do this kind of in honor of him, and maybe play a lick or say something. And then I got a couple things I want to share with you and show you, might interest you a little bit. But I'll try to do one of my favorite tunes, which I've got hundreds of his. They're all my favorite, but a little bit of Home from the Forest. God, I don't remember when it was the first time I heard that, but way back years ago. That little part in it, after the kickoff, took me forever. I remember I worked on that forever and ever and ever, and I still can't make it sound like him, but I did find the notes best I could, what he was doing, and I just thought it was just the prettiest thing I've ever heard. This part here, let's see. Right here. How it just broke up the right hand, because it's kind of like somewhat in a cross-picking flavor. Anyway, maybe not directly straight ahead cross picking, but you know how Tony's right hand was. It was just unpredictable and precise, but he had his own pattern. It wasn't like the old time, the old time pattern. It was just, you never know where it was going, and it was weaved in like, kind of reminded me of these old girls, and women don't do it much anymore, but remember how the older women used to knit and crochet, or whatever they called it, and how they'd go under one with their yarn or whatever they was doing. That's kind of what that reminds me of. That's what I see when I hear some of that. I tell you what, that was a playing machine, Mr. Rice was. He was the absolute best. He'll never be beat with his tone and timing, you know the story, what all he could do. He was the world's best now. And his music, it was like Alison Krauss's, said in one of her statements. She felt like she knew him on a personal level, just by the picture that his music would paint. I know it's a little bit deep for me, but I understand exactly what she's talking about, but I wanted to show you a thing or two, what I got. I had this made in town about 10 years ago, I guess. But it's a magnet, and supposed to go in your car, I guess, for advertising or whatever, but I never did put it on my car. It stayed on my refrigerator at the other house for 8 or 9, 10 years, whatever. Check that out. I had that made that many years ago. And that's really about what I think of Tony. I know maybe the Bible says something, about idolizing people, and maybe you're not supposed to do that, but he's my hero. As far as a man on this earth, he's my hero. But check that out. That's pretty neat. I had that Tony Rice for president. And I seen looking through some things on Google the other night. They had t-shirt. I think there's a t-shirt you can buy on there. It says same thing. I thought that's pretty neat. I'd come up with that years ago, but something else I've been doing. I've read this book when I first got it, 8 years, 10 years ago, whenever it came out. It's the Still Inside Tony Rice story. It's a biography by Tim Stafford, Caroline Wright. And I read that when I first got it in the mail. And I guess besides the Bernstein Bears or something like that, when I was a kid, may have been the only book I read then, but that's the first book and the only book I've read in my life. And I did read it again the other night. It took me a couple nights to read it after I heard him passing. But no, I didn't know him personally, but that was a big loss in the music industry. You know, you listen to somebody enough, in your life, or study them enough, you feel like you do know them on some kind of level. Maybe not personally or some strange, weird level, but you feel like you know who they are and what they're trying to say, and through their music. It's almost like somebody brainwashing somebody, you know, keeping them captive, and pretty soon you can make them believe, I guess, you know, what I've seen in movies and my theory on it. But that's the same way with me with listening to him, just so much, just constant listening for that many years, and then you hear they pass away. It's a sad thing. Like I said, I didn't know Tony personally. Spoke with him a couple times, and never met Pam. But I want you all to know, whoever's watching this, my videos are not monetized. I'm not trying to do this for gain or monetary gain or any notoriety as far as me trying to do something with a career for myself. It's nothing like it. My videos are not monetized, none of them are. Even if they were, I don't get enough views to amount to anything, but I just wanted to know that, and I don't think it would be respectful for anybody to be doing that. You know, there may be some doing it on YouTube, hearing about his death and getting on here and trying to do a tribute or something and monetizing it for gain. I don't think that's right. I don't think that'd be right. But anyway, I just want to throw that in there. I'm just doing this for show you a couple things I had there. I didn't show you the other last thing I had. But I was in Tennessee some years ago, and picked this up. Ain't that the neatest thing you've ever seen? I had that on my wall in my other house for years. And when we moved, I took it down, and I never did hang it back up in here, but I don't know what show it is. Somebody may know, you know, somebody may could date it with a tie, or maybe even been to that show, I don't know. I don't know if it was the Down Home in Tennessee, I don't know. But there may be a lot of these going around. Could be, but that's the first one, the only one I've ever seen. And I'm gonna find me a spot and hang it back up. But I'm gonna keep this video short. I think I'm running right around somewhere close to 15 minutes. Try to keep it under 20 if I can. But I've said this in other videos, and I said it earlier, I don't remember, but I'm not trying to be a Tony Rice clone, I can't be. can't be. But I'd like to play a lick or two, and maybe somebody watching maybe get something out of it, I don't know, but this is just a couple Tony Rice licks you may have seen me play before, but I don't even know what I'm gonna play, but me or nobody else would be playing them kind of licks, that style, and that, without the man. And I'm gonna cut this video off, but he knows how people thought of him and what a high regard they held him in, not only the bluegrass world, but acoustic jazz, and just guitar players from any genre. Most of them, if you ask about this man, they'd say he was one of the greatest. And he was. And we just want to give him a big salute. And I know his music's not going anywhere. It's not. Thank goodness for technology. And through like I said, technology and CDs and all that stuff. His music ain't going nowhere, but I just want to take 15, 20 minutes here and just make a little video. I don't know if you'd really call it a tribute or not, just kind of honoring Tony. But if you've got a guitar and you ain't played in a while and thought about picking it up, if you've got time, blow the dust off of it, get back at it. There's a lot of fine guitar players out there. I don't even consider myself a guitar player. A lot of times I'm out in a music store or whatever and maybe play a lick or two and people compliment you, which that's nice. But I tell them I'm not a guitar player. I just like guitars. And I started playing guitar before I discovered Tony Rice, of course, but after that, after I heard that first cassette tape, Tony Rice sings and plays bluegrass, plays and sings bluegrass, then it was just grabbing another gear for me. I mean, I was hooked in, but I just wanted to come on here and make a little video and give me a thumbs up or a comment. I enjoy reading them. Till next time, so long.